All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here again, talking about real music in real time for a few real people out there just like you and just like me. So, every so often, a new album will come out, and I'll be blown away, not by just the music, but by how the music industry completely ignores it. And such is the case here with this album. This is Inception by Voyage. This was my top album from last year. Of course, if you watch the channel, you know I'm kind of a Journey fan, right? Kind of. And so this has everything a Journey fan, a classic Journey fan would want to hear. Now, the band, they just put out an acoustic version of a song, and I'm going to do a quick screen share here. And this is it right here on YouTube. The song is called In My Heart. This is an acoustic version. By the way, again, if you don't like ballads, if you think ballads kind of suck and, they ruin bands, we heard recently that Foreigner sold their soul because they decided to record ballads, but thankfully they still got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Um, a lot of people think this is just ripping off Journey. It is very derivative of Journey. And as I said, when I first heard this album, I really don't care. In fact, this is how you record an album if you're a band that wants to sound like Journey, and obviously Voyage wants to sound like Journey. Their day job, quite honestly, is paying tribute. They are a Journey tribute band. Hugo, my friend Hugo, is right there. But all these guys are just fantastic in this band. And they redid this song called In My Heart. And I'm listening to it going, okay, so there just isn't a market for this music anymore. I mean, that's got to be it, because you cannot find fault with this album. I mean, Journey fans will reluctantly say, yeah, kind of sounds like Journey. Not as good as Steve Perry, but it's pretty good. And some say, whoa, that's as close to Steve as you're going to get. And that's where I'm at. Hugo is as close to Steve as you're going to get. If you put this on the radio, I know it would blow up. It's just too good. And so, I guess the conclusion to all this is the radio industry is a lost cause. It's lost because you mean to tell me there's not one guy somewhere in the United States who runs like a mom and pop radio station that wouldn't put on this song or their last single, which was called A Friend Like You, which was phenomenal, but really the entire album, the entire album from start to finish. The Journey albums from like the late 70s and even into the early 80s, albums like Frontiers, they had maybe 5 or 6 killer songs and then 3 or 4 kind of filler-ish songs. Still good songs, and by today's standards, excellent songs. But I got to tell you, these guys, Hugo told me during the lockdowns that he was writing like crazy and he got inspired and he's sitting at the keyboard and these songs just came pouring out. And vocally, I know people are really excited about Steve Perry. He's going to be singing on this new song by this band called The Effects, right? Kind of like the Toto Offspring band. And sounds like it's going to be interesting. People are waiting. The song is coming out in just a few days and people are very excited about it. If you haven't heard this, you could be excited from start to finish. All right. People say all the time, why didn't Journey go with Hugo? Why did they pick whoever they picked back in the day? Hugo was in the running back when they hired Steve Augeri, right? And Hugo's voice today still intact. These guys are still out on the road. And it's just a phenomenal band. And they've created just, and the reason I'm bringing this up again is I heard this new version. Again, I'll do the screen share just because it's something interesting, different from just looking at me. And again, it's from the album Inception. I don't think this version obviously is not on the album. So this is kind of like, hey, we're going to put out a special version of a song and maybe somebody will hear it. I think I checked how it has 2,200 views. All right. Which I feel bad for them. I feel bad for them because, there are bands that just aren't even close to sounding like this band. And they'll put a song out there and it'll have thousands of views and people will be talking it up. And again, my original thesis is this music is no longer valued. This is pure melodic rock. This is high production value. This is, you can hear the song, you can hear all the instruments, especially on the acoustic version here. And Hugo, who, for all intents and purposes, come on, people, he's a dead ringer for Steve. He's again, if you close your eyes, I've had people do this. A friend of mine actually played this for somebody they work with, and they were like, Steve Perry. Those are the first two words that came out, Steve Perry. He's like, nope, it's Hugo. And they're like, no way. Let me see what you're doing there. And, I think he was streaming the track off of Spotify and he showed him it was Voyage. And the guy was just like, wow. He said what I always say. I didn't think people recorded music like this anymore. And I thought that was Steve Perry. And so, you can do with this video is just me venting video. It's not like I'm breaking any news here. I'm not getting paid by Voyage to do this video. I get accused a lot of, who's paying you to promote their albums? No, actually, I'm buying the albums myself. I bought this album. Hugo, again, unfortunately, the record labels today, they're not doing what they used to do. I got a few promos probably back in like 2019 because somebody told somebody that I was promoting pretty much the entire Frontiers catalog that year. And they sent me a few, what we used to call cutout CDs. And I was grateful for that. And I promoted them like I told them I would. Hey, you send me stuff and I will definitely talk it up here on the channel. But I'll tell you what, if you're going to go and buy something new and you're a melodic rock fan and you haven't purchased anything since like what, the early 90s or something, go out and buy this. Just go out and buy a copy. I will put a link in the description of this video where you can purchase this. I think Walmart had it. Target, I think, had it. Don't buy stuff from Target, though, if you can. Just my own political interpretation. Buy it from somebody else if you can. Even Amazon. Amazon, I know they have problems too. Anyway, folks, Inception by Voyage, the amazing Hugo Valenti. I consider him a friend. We're supposed to go out and have a nice Italian meal sometime if he comes down to Florida. At least that's what he told me. But he's too busy selling out, fairly large buildings up there in the Northeast. And he can do this for as long as he wants to do it. He doesn't need to put out new material. But man, radio, where are you on this album? I mean, somebody needs to get this in a movie or in a video game or in a commercial or something. Get this in a commercial. I mean, maybe a big pharma commercial. At least you'll hear some good music, right? Just don't buy the crap, but you'll hear the music and you'll wonder, hey, who's that band? And you'll find out it's really one of the best melodic rock bands as far as what they've put out. Seriously, just an amazing album called Inception. My name is Dave. Thanks for watching the channel. Please pray for peace, at least here in the United States, right? If you're not into praying for the peace of other countries and ending wars and so forth, which I do all the time, pray for peace on our college campuses, okay? I don't care what your views are on that situation. Peace is better than confrontation. We're heading into the summer months. this is an election year. Things are only going to get crazier, and pretty much everybody can see that. So pray for peace, and God bless everyone. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.